Hey, my beautiful people. How you doing? Good evening. Well, late evening, and this is day number 9. 9 working days left. I'm on the countdown. It is getting real, y'all. And I've been having to really combat a lot of look negativity. I have I have been having, of course, the things that come up for myself. Like I say, I'm very present about being aware. I'm sorry, my hair looking crazy. It has been a long day and it's raining and it's just nasty up here. I have been very aware about being intentional and present in my moments. And, um, and I do that so that I can be aware of any triggers, any feelings, any emotions, or anything that tries to rear its ugly head, anything like negativity, past mindsets, old stories, the things that try to come up and make us doubt ourselves or talk us out of the decisions or choices that we make, or to second guess the decisions and the choices that we make. So I am intentional about being present in my moments, being grounded, being aware, because you have to be present in order to notice the feelings or emotions or the things that come about. And with there's fear that tries to come up, there's doubt, there's you get to second guessing yourself, wondering if you're making the right decision, you're making a mistake, you're doing this, your mind can really run if you allow it to do so. And then on top of that, I am addressing the feelings and emotions that come up. In the past, like I say, I have not been a risk taker. I have not been one to step out on faith. I'm a very analytical I'm a very analytical, deep thinker, logical thinker. Stuff has to make sense. I have to have a plan in order. Yes, I am a Virgo. Yes, I am the Virgo. Okay. Um, so stuff has to make sense. It has to, like I say, I usually have a plan, or it has to make sense, or I have to have something else that I'm going to, something lined up to be able to pay the bills, or all of this stuff. Things are usually in order and make sense. And I have been working since I was 12 years old. I've always had a job. I had a couple of periods of unemployment that were short lived before I found something else. And this present job, I've been at 19 and a half years. And on my journey of healing and drawing closer to God, and as I say, learning my identity on God, my identity in God has called me to rise higher. It also taught me how to love, honor, respect, and value myself, to put boundaries, to limit access, to come out of the shadows, no more shrinking, no more dimming my light, no more explaining myself. I have to use my voice. Also am assertive in using my voice and speaking up on how I feel. I also know when to be silent, because silence is more powerful than any words that I could speak. And I also know when to not respond and allow God to enact justice for me. So it has been the wilderness, solitude has definitely been a training ground for me. God literally broke me down to rebuild me. There are so many things that happen along this process that were not pretty, that were not for the faint of hearts, that taught me how strong and resilient I am. It also taught me the magnificence and the excellence of who I am, the great person I am, And even though, the divine pruning, my circle is almost non existent. I have been solo, taking care, figuring it out only because of the grace of God for the last 2 years, even after all of the people that I've loved, supported, been there for, and held down in my lifetime. Like I say, this was a period of showing me that nobody was checking for me or checking on me. So, like I say, I learned a lot of hard lessons in this last 2 years of healing, therapy, drawing closer to God, facing, addressing, confronting, and just really dealing with myself and truly healing all of the things that I need to, addressing the things that I need to, being real and honest about the things that I need to the point now, like I say, I don't wear any masks. I'm completely and authentically who I am. And there's no performance. There's no shape shifting or adjusting to appease other people. This bright, glorious light that God allowed me and blessed me to carry, I will continue to shine. I will not dim my light. I will not shrink to make other people feel comfortable. I will use my voice to speak up. But like I say, I also know when to be silent. I will not bend. I will not, like I say, I'm not gonna, like I say, I'm not gonna dim my light, not gonna shrink. And I'm always gonna speak my mind. I'm not gonna explain myself. And I don't chase, I attract. What's meant for me, I am very clear. What's meant for me will find me. And I'm very sure of that, and I also, in my healing and learning in my truth, I also don't need validation that I used to seek from people that used to make me feel good. I don't need validation from humans. I've already been validated by God. So at this point in my life, I know who I am. I stand firmly, boldly, and confidently in who I am in God. And I've already been validated by the Most High, so it doesn't get any better than that. I could care less about what people think about me. So, how people think or feel about me, that's not my concern. I don't bother myself with that because you're never going to be able to make everybody happy. And over this time, I've been having to, like I say, be present in my moments to deal with the things that come up. And then also the people that realize that I'm leaving, it's also, oh, I don't think you should be doing that. I don't think that's a good idea. I don't think this. So then they try to project that negative onto me. And I have told people over and over again, I thank you for your concern, but it's a good thing that I don't have to care about or be bothered by what you think. You know what I'm saying? So I appreciate people's concern, yet I really don't care. At the end of the day, I've been here solo, only stand in sound mind, body, and spirit because of my God. So at the end of the day, like I tell people, if you ain't feeding me, fucking me, or financing me, I could care less about what you think. And even if you're doing those things, I don't know if I would care then either. And that just is what it is. But at the end of the day, I'm taking a leap of faith, and this is day number 9. So I'm just strengthening myself and get ready because I will take this leap of faith and allow God to lead. I will surrender all, allow God to lead. And I know this leap of faith with my God, I know I am not only going to fly, I am going to soar. God has been my protector, my provider, my shelter, my comforter, my support. Like, God has been my everything over these last 2 years, and I will do everything that I need to do to stay in God's will always. I will not do this life without God. I will do all that I need to do to keep my feet aligned on the path for my soul's purpose and ultimately to step in the destiny that God has for me. I will always praise and worship God. You know, I'm only here. He will always get my honor. God will always get the honor and the glory. Like I say, these last 2 years have been tough, and I'm only standing here, sound mind, body, spirit, and getting better each day because of my God. You know, my God, my God, I thank you for loving me the way that you do. And so I'm going to step out, take a leap of faith, and I'm going to surrender all and allow God to lead, because I know that the plan that God has for me is far greater than anything that I could ever dream for myself. So stay tuned. Day number 9. Here we go, y'all. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Let's do it. Let's do it. Ooh, yes, I'm going to do it, y'all. I'm gonna take that plunge, that leap, or whatever you want to call it. I have unwavering faith, and I know that God is gonna take care of me. God is gonna provide, and as I stated, I'm not only gonna fly. I know I'm gonna soar. I know I have blessings, greatness, miracles, abundance, and I will live the life of my wildest dreams. You'll see. All right, day number 9, my people. Here we go. Countdown. Ooh, it's getting real, y'all. All right, good night. Sweet dreams. Rest well, my beautiful people. I'll talk to you sooner than later. All right. Ooh. Mwah.